Hey, Tinubu must go. 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 Tinubu must go. Tinubu must go. We're not Tinubu must go. Tinubu must go. Tinubu must go.
God will punish our leaders. God will use Amadioha to strike our leaders. God will throw them in their deepest part of hell. Our leaders who came to school here, our leaders who saw how things work here, our leaders who steal our money to come and buy apartments here. I went through an area, they said several of our former governors and former politicians bought apartments in those buildings.
Guys, I beg guys, leave everything we do, listen.
On that, Now, you want to go to Southwest? His own people? Who are the people that started crying we are hungry? This is the government that has punished Southwest more than any other government in my life. I know the Southwest people to be people who work hard and they want to enjoy themselves after working hard. They are no longer badoing. They are now sufferhead. If you go to Southwest now, oh my God, Odoni, Benny. I lived in Lagos for 17 years. We like to enjoy when I had my shops in Idumota. So when we walk in the evening, you come and see enjoyment. It is no longer there. What you are seeing is begging. This government has reduced Yoruba people to beggars. I know what I'm talking about. Yoruba people that like to work hard, brilliant guys. I was taught by some very brilliant professors of Yoruba origin when I was reading my law. I so much like these people. Now Tinubu has reduced them to beggars. No more Eku Bandu. It's Eku suffering. That's what is happening in Southwest now. And he wants Southwest to come and vote for him. Of course, they didn't even vote. Lagos State did not even vote for him in 2023. I believe that the other Southwest states will join up and remove this man. They are suffering. If you go inside the villages in Yoruba land, you will cry. And I know what I'm talking about. Let them prove me wrong. Are you talking about the North Central? No. Let's finish the South. Are you talking about South? Tell me any zone after going through what Rivers State went through. 6 months of their resources being carted away by strangers. You're from such zone, South, and you're thinking, is something wrong with you? Are you talking about North Central? You're from Benue, you're from Plateau, you're from Taraba. Look at Kwara State now. These are places that used to be peaceful. Look at Kogi. Look at Niger. Tell me who is in North Central that will remember Tinubu in 2027. You want to doubt me that he's not a one-term president? If there is anything like half-term president, some APC members vowed with their blood. Some of them have even died. And even in their dying wish, they were saying Tinubu is a one-term president. And I'm talking about people like Jesus or Nopasa. He came out. Even when he was dying, he was saying Tinubu will be a one-term president. I'm sure in the spirit world now, as a spirit, I'm sure he's fighting to make sure that Tinubu is a one-term president. APC member. Look at what's happening. You want to talk about Northwest? Look at what they are going through now. Is it the Northwest that will come to support him? I don't talk about Northeast. The governor of Borno has cried and cried, no, we are safe. So who is it that will vote for Tinubu? Please let me know. Let me know. So if there is anything like half-term president, that's what it would have been. But the worst he can be is one-term president.
By the time the president is performing very well and Nigerians are happy, nobody will come and start talking about competing with Mr. President. It will be automatic. But as it is now, they keep on talking nonsense because, as I said, 3 things will determine whether this government is going to succeed or not. 1 is security. 2 is welfare of its citizens. And 3, that is related to the welfare, is the economy itself. If it is not performing, then you can go and be talking nonsense. It will not work.
They can be rehabilitated. An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position.
A soldier called me one day, one of my boys. He was crying. I paid money for his children's school fees and all that. He was crying that he was deployed to where they are protecting repentant bandits. And he's seen the ones that killed his friends and his co-soldiers and colleagues. And he's protecting them. And they are wearing uniforms. They are being fed, and they are being given all the attributes and the freedom that a prisoner cannot get. Meanwhile, people that snatch a phone, 33 Nokia, from Oshodi, from somebody's pocket, they are in prison.
And still awaiting trial.
Yes, but the deradicalized pass through this process. A ceremony is done, and they are given certificates and allowed to integrate into the society. When I say integrate into the society, it means that they all now have rights back to join any military, police, or any agency of their choice. And I told people that could listen then, I said, the only benefits for the radicalization process is to use that they are gathering as harvesting intelligence. If I gather those
where lose his bet. Let's see. His incantation don't pass our own. No. I said don't hit him. What the fuck?
I said this man don't take for this business.
I swear this man don't try.
No, camera.
No, he's on camera. Don't worry.
Wait now, wait.
No, my primary.
Give me that knife.
Okay, it took him inside.
Hey, Kamilu, if I see any soldier for this place, I'll punish you. You are not going anywhere.
Gently,
oh yeah, that cover that. Kamilu,
Lima one gently.
Kamilu, that cover them up now. That cover them up.
Be careful with your hand. See, this one don't take now.
Don't take now.
This one don't take.
I see
that 400 something in my career.
No, don't worry. Let them just so that you not naked me.
Come on.
This
boy.
Now, come on, your hand. No matter how you do this one,
99 days for the thief. You go and give Boko Haram this so that they will come and attack us in this camp. Don't worry. God pass you.
When shall he come to where the path?
See, all this one don't take. Look at us.
Now those one,
this one now, they don't lose.
Did you hear that? Whether you are doing illegal or legal business, you will pay tax on it. So, prostitute, over to you. What are you doing? You are asking our children to enter into that business. Can you just imagine a government that want to move forward? The kind of thing that is coming from their mouth because you want to tax everybody. Nothing to hold on to.
The president spoke about taxes. He said it's not to further burden the people, but to expand the tax net and ensure that everyone that is taxable pays tax.
So this is how to expand it, Abi.
Well, he also started his speech by saying that he knows that naysayers will contradict some of the things that he put out there. And I don't know, Barrister, are you a naysayer?
In fact, I am a naysayer 10 times. I am a naysayer 10 times. Mr. David, Mr. We have been deceived so much by these people. Since APC came into I told you they hijacked Nigeria. This is not our culture. Insecurity. What is that covenant the APC had with these terrorists that they don't want to tell us? They gave you names about terrorizing Nigeria. Up to today, Buhari did not mention their name. Tinubu did not mention their name. So what is going on?
Okay.
But whenever they want to catch crews, they will look for somebody in the southeast. IPOP.
Okay.
IPOP, Indigenous People of Biafra. Is that a terrorist organization?
All right, let's move this conversation to Ambassador Roy.
If people have selected or elected you and put you into office, or you forced yourself on them, either way, you are the president today. Your job, primary job, is to improve the lives of the people that you have come to lead. Your job is not to tell us how things are. We should tell you how things are. So it is not for the president to tell us that we have turned the corner and things are now getting better. Excuse me, Mr. President, things are not getting better.
But do you expect the president to talk about the negative things?
No, they are not negative.
Of course he will.
Moses, those things are not negative, they are realities.
Okay.
Let's not cast them positive, negative, so that we now say, oh, you have to be positive about Nigeria. There's nothing like that. Those things are psychological programming tools. The reality is that for the average Nigerian today, life is hard.
Yes.
Life is tough.
I like that.
And the president cannot tell us that because we have now achieved 4%, 4.23% GDP, we have turned the corner. Or because inflation is coming down to 22%, well, 20%, we have turned the corner. Or that the exchange rate has stabilized at 1,500 in the last 6 months, we have turned the corner. We have to remind ourselves that exchange rate was 197 naira just 3 years ago. And that as at that time, we can calculate the price, the cost of living. There's a cost of living index. Those are realities. I don't think that the president did he did himself credit with that speech. Yeah. Yes, I don't expect the president to come and say things are bad. Oh, my fellow Nigerians, things are terrible. No, but the point is that the president must remain, if he is genuine about his intention to lead Nigeria to where we ought to be, then he can't be trying to paint a rosy picture. Nobody, look, if I listened to that speech, I told you I had to shake my head and wake myself up and tell myself, no, this is a lie. I had to remind myself, because as I was listening to it, I was getting sucked in, especially because I am financially intelligent. I'm an economist, I'm a financial professional. So when I'm listening to those numbers, the temptation is to say, wow, we have really done well. So I needed to wake myself up and say, oh God, they're lying to you, wake up. So now the point is, the president must understand that his job is to make lives better, not to post good numbers. He is a politician, so he wants to say these nice things because of the next election. But they're not the truth. There's nothing wrong with the president saying, I understand that this is this, this is this, this is this, painting the reality, and then telling us the concrete steps that they continue to take to make those things better. Look, another example of the gaslighting approach to this speech. The president says we have, this is 65 years of independence. And then he's painting us a picture of 1960 versus 2025, the 65 years. And he lists the number of universities. He says, oh, we had one. Now we have 237 universities, 230 something technical colleges and something colleges of education. Is that progress? Is that how you count progress? Because as at that time, Nigeria's population was about 19 million.
Exactly.
Today we are 230 million.
Exactly.
So if you do a institution per capita,
exactly,
then you will know first whether you have made progress in terms of number of institutions per citizen. That's one.
And
but far more critically is that what is the quality of the education and what is the impact it is having on your people that is making them more productive to create a prosperous nation. So you will now look at the HDI indicators. Where were we in 1960 in terms of literacy level? Where were we in 1960 in terms of technical education and the quality of the people, the engineers that we're putting out? And where are we today? Our HDI score is one of the worst in the world. We're just sitting in the middle. They call it mid-table mediocrity. We're just somewhere in the 70 rank, and we have been there for decades. Those are the realities that the president ought to be concerning himself with and telling us programs that will shift the needle significantly in those areas, because those are the realities. You talk about the rail lines that we are putting in place, you talk about the roads that you are putting in place, the Lagos Calabar, misplaced priority, Sokoto to Badagry to Sokoto. What about the roads that people are traveling from Lagos You know, there's so many horrible roads where people are losing man hours all over the country, especially in the southeast and the south of Nigeria. You know, so those things, so sorry, Moses. So those things are things that the president needs to focus on. Tell us how many kilometers, for example, of rail line we had when he came on board. It's been 3 years. How many kilometers do we have now? You know, that he has added in that time. That's how to measure progress. So, Mr. President, thank you. You did a good job. You almost got me, but I woke up.
How do you make such a speech without dwelling seriously on insecurity? Mr. Okura Moses, do you remember that whenever any president is being sworn in, he swore to protect life and property? That is the major issue they came to do to the people. To protect life and property. If you have failed on this particular major duty, please, what other progress are you talking about? Look at Nigeria. We are now sharing governance with the terrorists. And nobody thinks it is important. So, how can you make progress where there is insecurity? Mention one particular country in the whole wide world where you have ever made progress with insecurity, bedeviling you. It can never happen. So all this speech is all about deceit, because it is not possible for Nigeria to make progress with this insecurity. It's not possible. It can never happen. Except the president addressing this insecurity, he's wasting his time. Next year, he will still do another speech. But he will not tell Nigerians why the government is sharing power with terrorists. I mean, sharing power. They now decide what to do and what not to do. They tell Nigerian government what they want and they will comply. They give you their names. You can't even pronounce it. President Tinubu was quick to mention IPOB and ESN in the Southeast. But this other people did not. He didn't call their names out. He had never, since he came into office, these Fulani headmen that are terrorizing farmers, he had never called out their name. One day. Can you compare IPOB and what they are fighting for and what the people are doing to us? Can you compare it? So when you have not identified the problem, how can you solve it? How can you solve it? Every year, the same rhetorics. The same rhetorics. You want to. What have you done exactly that you can go to market and say, yes, this thing, we can see it. You remove first subsidy, where is the result? Are you not still borrowing money? So what is this thing that every time they will write speeches to deceive Nigerians? You brought a NEP fund and the universities increased their school fees. So the gain of the NEP fund was taken away. You give me by the right hand and you collect it with the left hand. So what is that thing that you and I can take to the bank and say, yes, this thing is working?
Tinubu should stop being a good politician. Rather, he should be good. He should be a good leader. This is the work of a good leader. A good leader is to create a future and walk into that future by living by example. The president today also said we should patronize Nigerian made goods.
Right.
The Mercedes Benz he used as we speak is a Nigerian product. The president attend Nigerian medical centers. See, politician wants you to go, he wants you to do what he tells you to do. Why a leader wants you to do what he does? This is the problem. And this is also why I also blame Nigeria. We will not be able to choose between a leader and a politician. So today's president's speech, it was a very good write-up compared to where we are coming from for the other two Independence Day write-up. No, one was a doctor, was a recorded speech. Where one he tried. Today, I think they are moving, but they've not been able to tie the reality on ground to the speech. The government has two major responsibilities.
Right.
The security and the welfare of the people.
Protection of life and property, yes.
While the citizens also have two major responsibilities. Your tax obligation is a responsibility.
Right.
And your ability to also agree to vote is also a responsibility. Okay. Voting is an obligation of the citizen. So, as the citizens done their own part of the bargain, the answer is yes. We voted. How the result go is a different ball game, but we voted. Are we also paying our tax? The answer is yes. Has government done their own side of the bargain? The answer is no. So, if all your speech is not capturing these two lines simultaneously, it's faulty.
But then, to be fair on the president, he did reaffirm that his government's commitment to tackling threats and empowering young Nigerians is paramount.
Isn't that worthy
Empowering
enough?
people is different from tackling insecurity. We want to see a tactical plan on how to deal with insecurity. As we speak, are you aware that our sister, one of our neighbor from our sister company, Rise, died yesterday?
Yes, I'm fully aware.
You are fully aware?
Yes.
One lead to her death. An armed robbery case that occurred in their building. Why the armed robbery case? People are hungry.